Hi guys, you're welcome to another episode of Mailbox. On this episode of Mailbox, we'll be addressing different mails from different people from all over the world. My name is Addition. Our first mail today is from Sarah Jenkins. She's 24. She said, she's from United Kingdom. She said, I found out my boyfriend of 3 years has a secret social media account where he follows his exes. He says it's just for curiosity, but I feel betrayed. Am I overreacting? So hi Sarah. At least let's acknowledge the fact that he came correct and he told you the truth about the other social media accounts. Now there are two different conversations in this whole thing. The first thing is him having to keep some secrets. The other thing is him doing it for curiosity. So the truth about the matter is, if he's come correct to you and he's told you that he's just doing it because he's curious, I think it's forgivable. It's not something you should overreact about, because even in the course of your relationship, there are a lot of things that will be new to you in the line of the relationship. So it would be just advisable that you speak to him, communicate to him, let him be as comfortable as possible. Because the truth about the matter is, in most times in relationships, is the level at which we operate or the openness that we have with our partner that makes them come open, that makes them communicate clearer. So I just think you guys need to talk more, and then for your boyfriend too, I really don't see the reason why he needs to be snooping. Even if he has to, it must be openly, because really there's really no point. It's not like he's going back to them, except that maybe he wants to know updates about them, which is not even necessary. It's not healthy for this current relationship. So Sarah, you are not overreacting. It's just probably you are not used to people not telling you the whole picture of conversation. So just speak to him. If he's opened up about the whole conversation, I don't think you need to feel bad about it. So pretty much I think that would have been able to address your question, your mail. This will take us to our next mail from Elena Rosie. He or she's from Italy. The age gap dilemma. He said, I'm deeply in love with a man who is 52. My parent refused to meet him and says he's just using me for my youth. How do I bridge the gap between my heart and my family? So, Elena, you have to count your costs. The truth about the matter is, if you're in love with a man that is 52, it's love we're talking about here, and you are 29. Yes, it's pretty much so much of a gap, but I think it's also important that you guys understand what you are doing and know the intricacies. Because the truth about the matter is, in as much as there's the advantage, you have the disadvantages too. Now, the issue of your own family, I think, is for you first before the family, because at the end of the day, you are the one ending up with this person in question, not your family. So they must see, you must show them some level of seriousness, and you must be comfortable with that partner as well. Sometimes when our family are looking out for us, is their own fear is you, not even the person in question. They just want to be sure that you are in the right hand. I'm sure, issues of relationship, people can see and they know. Once they see and they see that you guys are quite, the communication is clear, the love is genuine, I'm sure they will come to terms with it. And the truth about the matter is, if your family still insists and they are saying no, it's left to you. It's actually your decision. It's your own cost to count. You need to know if it's actually a relationship. Because, this thing, if you guys are leading to marriage, I think it's important you count your cost. Is this something you can live with for the rest of your life? So you can just do the maths, you know, offhand now, that okay, if you are 29, the person is 52. By the time you are 40, this person will be some certain age. Will you be comfortable with that? When it comes to submission, when it comes to being humble, when it comes to respect, you know, there are a lot of things in relationship that you really need to consider. Once you are good with it, you've ticked all the boxes, I think you're good to go. And you have to pray about it too. There's no time we'll speak or we advise people on Mailbox that we don't talk about prayer, because there's a lot in the power of prayer. Now, this will take us to the last mail for today. That is from David Okafor. David Okafor is 27, and he's from Nigeria. He said, falling for my best friend. He said, I've been best friend with a girl for 10 years. I'm about to propose to someone else, but I realized last night is actually my best friend I love. Is it too late to change to change my life? It's not too late. Thank God that you are not yet married. At least you still have, you are just about to propose to someone else and you got the nudge. The truth about the matter is, so love, friendship, sometimes there's a lot of misconception. There are sometimes that somebody is your friend. I mean, somebody needs to be your friend first. I mean, those elements are very important. So most times you say, oh, I'm in love with this person. We shouldn't just take that element of love out of friendship. Most times people that you are friends with, they're actually the people that you genuinely love. Then sometimes too, there are people that they're your friend and you are not in love with, like romantically now, like emotionally, you are not in love with them. You would be able to identify that as time goes on in the course of your friendship. Once you discover that you have emotion, especially for a male, because of course in this part of the world where you have the male having to speak to the female, once you discover that what you are feeling for this person, this is it, I think you just need to come out straight instead of having to pick somebody else and then somebody else is the one that you are genuinely in love with. So I think now that you've identified that, is actually that your friends of 10, you guys have built a lot. If she's been your friend for 10 years and now you discover that she's the one you are in love with, I think you should just pause. Take your time, because sometimes too it could just be a butterfly that just flew around and is putting you in some kind of fix. So I think it's just important that you just pause. Don't be in a hurry to make a decision in switching before you now switch to your best friend and then you now come back again and say, oh, what you feel for her is different. So be sure of that feeling. After all, you guys have been together for 10 years, so I'm sure you would know most of everything around both of you. So I think it's just important you take your time and then also pray about it. You know, we cannot underestimate the power of prayer. So speak to God about it in place of prayer, and I'm sure everything will come to clarity as time goes on. Guys, that'll be all on this episode of Mailbox. Till next time, my name is Adishon. Bye for now.